Hello everyone and welcome. I'm your TOEFL instructor. Today we're diving into the read and email task, a common part of the reading section. This task usually involves 3 questions that test your ability to pinpoint specific details and understand the sender's primary goal. We'll focus on scanning for dates, requirements, and the overall purpose of the message. Let's get started and see how we can master these practical, real-world communication questions together. If you found this breakdown helpful, make sure to subscribe to myTOEFL for more expert strategies and practice sessions. Let's keep working together to reach your target score. Staff à la Maritime Logistics, com. The recipient address, Staff à la Maritime Logistics, com, clearly indicates that this is a broad announcement intended for every employee in the company. Office, Management Maritime Logistics, com. The sender's address, office, Management Maritime Logistics, com, suggests this is an official administrative communication regarding company facilities. 10 Tactit 22-2025. Always note the date 10/22/2225 to establish a timeline, as many TOEFL questions ask about when specific actions must be taken. New office cafeteria provider. The subject line, New Office Cafeteria Provider, immediately identifies the main topic of the email. It prepares the reader to learn about a change in food services. Dear Staff. Dear Staff. The greeting, Dear Staff, is formal and inclusive, setting a professional tone for a corporate announcement. We are pleased to announce that Fresh Bites Catering will be our new cafeteria service provider starting November 1st. This opening sentence uses the formal phrase, pleased to announce, to introduce a positive update. It also provides the specific start date of November 1st for the new service. This change aims to offer more diverse and healthier lunch options for everyone. The author explains the motivation behind the change, specifically highlighting the goal to provide healthier lunch options. The word aims is used here to show the company's objective. To celebrate, we are hosting a free tasting event on Tuesday, October 28th at 12 p.m. in the 3rd floor cafeteria. The text shifts to an immediate event, a free tasting event, to build excitement. Note the specific time, 12 p.m., which is a detail that could easily be tested. You will have the chance to sample the new menu and meet the head chef. This sentence provides more details about the event, mentioning that employees can sample the new menu. This emphasizes the participatory nature of the transition. Starting next month, all meals must be pre-ordered through the Fresh Bites mobile application to reduce waiting times during peak hours. As we move to the final paragraph, the tone becomes more instructive, stating that meals must be pre-ordered. This introduces a new mandatory procedure to improve efficiency. Please download the app and register with your employee ID by Friday. The email ends with a call to action, telling staff to download the app. Pay attention to the deadline by Friday, which creates a sense of urgency for the employees. Best regards. Best regards. The closing best regards is a standard professional sign-off used to maintain a polite relationship with the staff. Thomas Wright. The sender, Thomas Wright, is the individual responsible for communicating these administrative changes to the team. What is the main purpose of the email? This question asks for the main purpose of the email. In TOEFL, the main purpose is often found in the subject line and the first few sentences of the body. Now, keeping this in mind, let's look at our options. Let's take a closer look at option A. To complain about the current quality of cafeteria food. This option says the email is to complain about the food quality. However, the email is actually positive, using phrases like pleased to announce, so we can eliminate this. Now, let's examine option B. To recruit volunteers for a cooking competition. Option B mentions a cooking competition. While there is an event mentioned, it is a tasting event, not a recruit effort for a contest, so this is a distractor. Here's option C. Let's break it down. To announce a new lunch service and an upcoming event. This option accurately captures the email's intent to announce a new lunch service and mention an upcoming event, the tasting. This aligns perfectly with the opening paragraph. Finally, let's examine option D. To explain how to fix the cafeteria's mobile application. While the email mentions a mobile application, it doesn't say how to fix it, rather it tells people to download it. Therefore, we should eliminate this. The correct answer to this question is option C, since it summarizes both the transition to a new cafeteria provider and the invitation to the tasting event. When is the free tasting event scheduled to take place? This is a factual detail question. We need to find when the free tasting event is happening. We should look for a specific date and time in the text. Now, keeping this in mind, let's look at our options. Let's take a closer look at option A. This coming Friday afternoon. Option A says Friday afternoon, but the text says a registration task is due by Friday, not the tasting event itself. We can eliminate this. Now let's examine option B. On October 28th at midday. The text explicitly states the event is on October 28th at 12 p.m., which matches midday. This is a strong candidate for the correct answer. Here's option C. Let's break it down. Every Tuesday for the rest of the year. Option C suggests the event is every Tuesday, but the email only mentions one specific Tuesday for the tasting. This is an overgeneralization. Finally, let's look at option D. On the first day of November, en prostis, the time to braise of canis on the fashion. While the first day of November is when the service starts, it is not when the tasting event occurs. We should eliminate this. Therefore, the correct answer is option B, because it accurately reflects the date and time mentioned in the second paragraph. What is indicated about the new ordering process? This question asks what is indicated about the ordering process. We need to look at the section of the email that discusses how meals will be bought. Now, keeping this in mind, let's look at our options. Let's take a closer look at option A. It is only available for employees on the third floor. While the cafeteria is on the third floor, the email does not state that the ordering process is only for those employees. It applies to all staff. Now let's examine option B. It will require staff to pay with cash only. There is no mention of cash only in the text. In fact, using a mobile app usually implies electronic payment, making this option incorrect. Here's option C. Let's break it down. It is designed to make the lunch hour more efficient. The text says the app is used to reduce waiting times, which makes the process more efficient. This matches the reasoning given in the third paragraph. Finally, let's examine option D. It will be managed by the company's internal IT team. The email doesn't mention the IT team at all. It focuses on Fresh Bites as the provider, so we can eliminate this choice. The correct answer to this question is option C, since the text explicitly links the new ordering system to the goal of saving time for employees. Great job today. When tackling read and email tasks, always prioritize identifying the main purpose early on and scan carefully for specific dates or requirements. These details are the most common targets for questions. So keep practicing your scanning skills and you'll find these questions become much easier to handle.